Hey, what's up YouTube? Way D of Dreamslide Productions here, and it is that time of year again where I am talking about Beatober. Now, Beatober, for those uninitiated, is the challenge where every day of October you make at least a minute-long beat. I follow Tatro, and Tatro does it for the Music and Youth Initiative, which is a charity that helps kids in high school and younger get their hands on music equipment and things like that to further inspiration, or aspirations rather, into the creative endeavors of music production and engineering. I have now done Beatober maybe about 4-ish years, and maybe only 3 where I actually got all 31 days. So what I do is week by week, I play my videos and maybe highlight something special or cool that I would like to share with you. I think that gets my point across. I'll post a video from the first time I did this if you want more detail about what's all going to happen here. But without further ado, this is my week 1 Beatober submissions, and I'll see you guys afterwards. there's a lot of cool things that I did that first week, but I want to talk specifically about day 6. So if we go into software, for this one, I used Machine the whole time through. Mixing and mastering was all done in Machine. So this is really just 3 sections here. I would say that I usually have a rhyme and reason for how I do things, but with Beatober, things can get chaotic, so I really just go. So in this one here, all of my yellow group are just drums, my green group is bass, and then my orange group is just everything else that happened on a whim that day. All right, so when this first starts, very empty. It is me and a splice loop, I believe. So the song is in D minor, and it is really just these 4 chords that I have going on loop. All right, so all of it is just minor 7s, or just we'll say 7s in general. So we have a G minor 7, we have a minor 7, we have a D minor 7, and then we go back to that A minor 7. I really have been loving 40s keys lately, so you'll probably see a lot of that repeating in Beatober. When Native Instruments gets along with just one artist, I really vibe with those things because there's kind of a set sound, you know what you're going to get, and a lot of the things in those packs are clutch. But I digress. You'll probably see 40s keys a lot throughout the rest of Beatober. But going back to what else we have going on here. Now on top of that loop, I just had this reverse thing that I found on Splice. And what was cool with it, with Splice, it's cool the way it is, but I wanted to spice it up a little bit so it isn't just straightforward from Splice. So I have really been getting into Transit 2. I have a lot of plugins on my computer, you know, who doesn't? But Transit 2 is such a great multi-effects, but like outside of the presets, when you really just, you know what you want and you want it easy, Transit 2 is probably my go-to for things like that. So I just wanted some sidechain rhythmic transgatey thing, and I have Gatekeeper and other stuff, but it's just easier to mess around with Transit. So I really just have this quarter note pump and a filter that's affecting the overall sound. I don't even think it really moves. So if we start it here, that's with the pad. If we mute the 4 chords, and it's just giving some motion to the sound. So once again, if I mute, bypass, unbypass, just giving that R&B reverse effect that you know, has been real popular within the last 5 to 10 years. You know, keeping it simple. All right, and then the rest of the intro piano is just a mixture of 2 different things. I have this atmospheric preset from Hybrid Keys with Native Instruments, and some sound I found on the motif that I just recorded in just to help transition out of the beginning of the first part of this beat. And I guess when I was originally doing this is just one of those wasn't filling the space enough, so that's why I just did that as a layer. If we play that back, here we are with the pads and everything. Hear how the piano kind of cuts? That's because of the layer. All right, simple enough. All right, and we're gonna move on to the B section here. So if we highlight that, Splice has really been saving my butt for Beatober because I rather hyper focus on tones and sounds or drums and rhythms, and then I will not complete something in a day. So using Splice has really just been like, just get the idea out, just get the idea out, just get the idea out. So when a lot of people, you know, have mixed feelings about loop libraries and whatever, but me personally, you can add a lot of things just from layering it. The main drums on this is between 3 loops, and I might have pitched them or sped them up or done different things, but we really just have 3 sections going on here, and I just want you to listen how they swing and complement each other. So we have loop 1, which is semi-drilly, and I don't know if my computer is clicking and popping. I have the webcam, machine, and screen capture all at the same time. So bear with me if there is any kind of audio issues. But if we play it here, loop 1, and this is kind of like a drill, R&B, and has a lot of effects in there, that kind of vibe. And loop 2, which is just hi-hat and a snare, kind of trappy. And loop 3 is really just texture to kind of fill the rest of the space out. But if you play all 3 together, the bounce it gives is really nice. And there's a lot of stuff I do that. Like layering is my bread and butter, specifically when it comes to drums, all day, every day. And the bass is really just a sub bass I use all the time called Fundamental on my Mo 8. And you will see that on numerous things. I use it so much that I actually sampled it into Machine so I can have that with me everywhere I go. All right, and if we're go back to my everything else section, a couple other things going here. A vocal thing I found from Splice. Not much going on with that. Pitch, couple EQ effects, but really nothing in Machine. So everything is just how it transposed over from Splice. And then I have this string thing that I recorded in. And it kind of just follows the chords, whole notes. It's nothing special. There's no like, wow, like if that wasn't in there, if that is in there as is, you probably wouldn't even notice it. It's just filler in the background. So I really wanted to make it worth it. And once again, started messing around with Transit 2. And I have it set so that there's an LFO, so the whole thing needs to play. So if we just solo that. A very simple half note LFO, some panning going on, some degradation of sound, some filters that move in there, a little bit of distortion. So in the context of everything, that LFO hits where there's space in between the vocals and the whole notes. So it's funny how, you know, by themselves this doesn't sound like a bunch of anything, but when you put it all together, all that space is filled really nicely, you know? So yeah, that pretty much sums it up for week 1. After everything's said and done, I'm probably going to go back through my Beatobers and like organize things by genre and maybe make some things to release, because I am just sitting on a lot of tracks on my hard drive and I'm really trying to not be that person, but it is what it is. All right, guys, and that's really it. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know by liking and leaving a comment down below. Subscribe, share with your friends the whole YouTube song and dance, and I will see you in the next one for week 2 of Beatober. You don't have to wait. If you don't want to, you can go and check out my shorts. It has my whole 31 days from all the previous Beatobers as well. So yeah, with all that being said, thank you for checking this out, hanging out with me. I'll see you next week, and have a good one and keep making music.